Hi, I'm Debbie House, editor of Retail Touchpoints, and I'm here today with Kevin Kearns, who's the Chief Revenue Officer for ShopperTrak. Thanks for joining us today.
You're welcome.
So we're at the beginning of 2016, and I think it's a good place to start to talk about, what are some of the key challenges you see retailers are facing this year?
Well, what we're seeing this year really is all about customer experience. If you look at all the news reports, retailers are experiencing hyper competition both online and offline. And so retailers really want to know, how do I improve my customer experience? And so we're helping them understand when shoppers are coming in the store, how well they're servicing those customers, what they're doing when they're in the store, and how can they improve the performance of those stores. So that's a big area that retailers are focused on. Another area is to look at the calendar for 2016. Okay. So the upcoming calendar for 2016 has some interesting nuances. First, Easter is very early this year, so it's March 27th, which means a shorter potential season for many of those types of retailers. And we're also seeing it's an election year, and in election years, that does throw the dynamic off of the holidays, right? So what happens is that there becomes some pent-up demand, and right after the elections, then you get a surge. So those are a few of the things, and then another thing that we're talking to retailers about is really the weather. So we know we had a very warm weather this year, and what happened was that some of those retailers that are focused on seasonal merchandise, suffered a bit. And now with El Nino this year, there's also potential that it could be a cooler spring, and with a cooler spring, again, it could put pressure on, what's happening with seasonal merchandise. So those are some of the challenges that retailers are really focused on.
And what are some of the recommendations that you have for them when they're thinking about how to meet those challenges along the way? And it's great to have that information up front so you can start thinking about how to strategize.
Well, the key recommendations we're making for our retail partners really is to focus on the brick and mortar store performance. So as you've probably read, over 90% of business and retail still takes place in the brick and mortar stores. And one of the things that we're talking to them about is how to improve the performance. And we really sum it up in a simple equation: traffic times conversion rate times transaction size is equal to results. So what we're helping retailers do is understand how to influence if my traffic is going down, what can I do to drive more shoppers into my store? So we can offer things like customer engagement to try to pull shoppers in, analyze the draw rates for different window sets, and pull more people in as they're walking by the stores. So that's one area. Another area is the conversion rate, or the percentage of people that make a purchase. So one of the things that we're doing with that is helping retailers align their staff so that they are in place when that shopper who's already prepared to make a purchase walks in the door. And so they have that, and we're also helping them understand, associate performance. Are my associates really doing as well as they should, and do they have the proper close rates? So that's another key point. And then finally, transaction size. So as a retailer, how can I improve my transaction size for my store? Really drives the economic engine. And so we're helping them with things like understanding shopper behavior inside the store. Interestingly, we're co-authoring a ebook with Retail Touchpoints, and one of the stats that we've published is that only 41% of retailers are actually doing analytics around in-store shopper behavior. So we expect that to increase dramatically as the years come.
So ShopperTrak has a new solution, an advanced analytics platform.
Right.
And so how is that, what specifically is that solution?
So we're very excited about advanced analytics. So if you're a retailer, one of the challenges that you have is that they're bombarded by disparate data points, right? There's data coming externally, internally, and so we listened to our customers, and one of the things they said was put it all together and help us get some actionable data. And so our advanced analytics portal really is focused on taking in traffic data that ShopperTrak provides or another provider could provide. Okay. We're marrying that with other internal data that they may have for marketing campaigns or e-commerce data, and also external market data, census data. So you could put all this together and it will drive, instant insights into their stores. And the other couple important features that we should focus on is that it visualizes everything so that we could put a map out and a retailer can easily see all their stores and they're marked red or green, whether they're performing or overperforming or underperforming in the marketplace.
All right, so can you finally just share an example of how, using the technology and the data can help specifically improve conversion and sales for a store?
So one of the success stories that we're very proud of is Johnston & Murphy. So we're just publishing a video that we've worked on with them, and what Johnston & Murphy has done, they implemented about mid-year in 2015, and they're a company that's focused on guest experience. And with that guest experience, they wanted to make sure that they have the people in place to service their customers and provide outstanding service. What they realized is that as the stores got busier and they got bigger, they couldn't always be everywhere that they wanted to. So with our data, they were able to array their staffing, and they did an excellent change management program, and they were able to increase their conversion rates by over 10% in the first few months, and they also increased their transaction size. So really an exciting story. We've got lots of stories like that, but that's something that we're extremely proud of.
Great. Well, thanks for sharing all of your insights and that great example from Johnston & Murphy.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Thanks to all of you for joining us today. Have a great day.